go.
Hello. Welcome to today's show of Alienate UK. I forgot where we was then. It's not the first time this week. I've been forgetting who I am all week. So our guest today is a wonderful David Young that I've had the pleasure of meeting 2-3 times.
A couple of times at least. I'm sure we've probably been places where we may have sort of walked past each other without realising who each other.
I met you at The Awakening a couple of years ago in Manchester.
Yeah, which is sadly demised now.
I know. And before that, I think, was you at OLM, Chris Evers in Leeds?
The last OLM one I was at was when Peter Robbins came over a couple of years ago.
In Hull, in that little library type thing.
Right,
yeah, that was where I first met you.
And we had a secret invader coming in.
Oh, the hat and the mask, and yes, we won't name names.
Oh, we know.
But,
it was hilarious.
This person, partway through, decided he was going to pretend to snore very loud while someone was mid-speaking. Do you remember that bit?
Oh my god!
That's he just went, but louder than the microphone. It was bad.
I missed that. Because I was down the front end. I think he was further up the back, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was about halfway up.
At the time, was wondering who it was until we found out later. Because a couple of people, Paul Sinclair, called me over and he said, "Is that so and so?" And it was another name that was mentioned. I won't say who, but we found out it wasn't him. It was another chap.
Yes.
Who was quite.
Yes.
I would say I wouldn't say well known, but famous maybe. For certain reasons. But anyway,
if you got given the name, you would either know him or know someone who has contact with him.
Yeah.
I'll tell you later. I forgot about that. That was quite good. It wasn't what it was.
One of my names for him is Looney Tunes, but there you go.
Yeah, well, here's one name, because obviously Simon knows who we're talking about.
There we go. You can't argue with that. Just admit I've used that one a few times.
I did not say that. But anyway, so welcome, David. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you. I've got to say, I love your intro section. It's very good. Very well done. I've got to congratulate you. You should get the Oscar for that.
I know. I'm still waiting. Yeah. But I said I spent a couple of hours yesterday just revamping it and cleaning it, tidying it up, and just changing a couple of little things.
You've done a good job.
It's just when you're learning to do it and you're teaching yourself what to do and how to do it, it takes forever. But once you get to that point, it's like just go in and you know where everything is, you know what to do, and then you do it. The longest part is saving it.
Rendering.
She's back. Yeah. And it's
like
when
I was doing my saving them, it seemed to take forever.
Yeah, it does. It's like 1%, 5 minutes later, 2%, and you can't close it because it'll just stop doing what it's doing. It's like
if your computer goes to sleep, you've had it. You got to start all over again. Whereas mine did updated just before I came on air. I was like, no.
I always try and update mine on a Tuesday, so it's done then.
Yeah.
Well,
I switched from my big laptop. I had my little one on, but it was going slow, so I switched to the big one. So hopefully that.
Perfect. Don't press any buttons. Don't move the mouse. Just sit there, look pretty, talk, and we'll all be fine.
I'll try.
I am not moving anything.
I was talking to myself.
I was going to say, hands across the pond. There might be one coming for you, Andy.
Yes. Oh, so I know we was going to keep it open to what we're going to talk about, and like pretty much anything goes. But can we talk about when we went to Redley Castle, when we did that investigation?
Who are you talking to?
You, David. You, Mr. Young.
Redley Castle. Oh, sorry. Hang on a minute. What was
the
that
one across the water from your house, down in Southend?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no. What did you call it?
Is it Radley Castle?
No, it's called
Hadley Castle. Hadley Castle.
That's right. He threw me for a minute there. I don't remember.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's Hadley Castle. which is just across where I live on Canby Island in Essex. Unless you know where I am exactly, there's a place called the Heights. Basically, it's like the high part of Canby where we take the dog for a walk and everything. And across the estuary, where the Thames basically starts, you can actually see Southend Pier, and also you can see an old castle that's been basically not a lot left of it. But that's where we went on that evening. So we have to we can't sort of just drive across to it because it's water. So it took us about 20-25 minutes to get to it from where we are. I don't know what you thought, but it was a bit dead, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. What got me though was this. When do you know when we did the manifestation, when we sat in the tower, we'd done the Estes method, and then Vivian says, "What should we do now?" And we all agreed, "Oh, we'll try and do manifestation." And then we did it, and we all was like, "There's nothing really happening here." It, like you said, it was a bit dead. And then all of a sudden, we seen that light above the tree where Vivian has said was going to try and manifest something. And
see, I didn't see it. Was that when I was in the chair with Jill? We had a
because you was back to back, weren't you?
Yeah, because that might have not. I might not have seen it. I don't think. Well, I didn't see it basically, but I know I did hear you talking about it.
So I meant to send these. I think I put them in the group chat that we're in, but I don't know if I did or not. But I took 5 photos, and I was just about to get another photo as it went really bright, and it just went closed.
Yeah.
So this is the last one. So when that light went out, because someone said it could have been a Chinese lantern, but it was just stationary. It wasn't moving about. And because it is over the estuary, it should have been moving with the wind, the drift, because it wasn't windy, but it was quite breezy. And you've got the trains going underneath. You've got a flight path coming into Southend, and so it's quite active in that area. But that is what I got.
I remember. Yeah, I do remember seeing it now. Yeah. Yeah,
it's
quite
like,
weird, isn't it?
It's like a bullet head, and you can see it's got the light at the top, but there's nothing other than the moon. But that wouldn't have caused that light. But you can see the shadow down the bottom.
Chinese lantern either.
Sorry, say that again.
I wouldn't say that was a Chinese lantern either.
No.
Wrong shape.
No, it's like
It's too bright. Like Chinese lantern, you've kind of like got the light and then you've got like an intermittent glow going around it. And those things
you can see it's like a candle, you can see it flickering, but this was solid. And then it just went out.
I would say that if there was a lot of Chinese lanterns flying about, I would actually see them. Well, you never see anything like that floating around here.
No, and there'd be more than one.
And for it to have been on that particular occasion or that particular time as well, so it would have been quite weird, quite unusual.
Yeah.
So,
but the thing is, when it blinked out, there was no shape because it was a pure clear night, wasn't it? There's no clouds, there's no nothing. But when that light blinked out, there was no object there.
No.
Because we was walking around to like put things behind it to see if we could see an outline. Nothing. Nothing.
I thought the most interesting thing going on that night was that group we ran in. That's that couple we ran into.
Paranormal TT. Yeah. I've started following them. I think he just does it on TikTok.
Yeah, I followed them too. I haven't sort of kept up with much of what they're doing, but they seem the last couple.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, really, that was our sort of introduction evening, wasn't it? Basically, for us all to get together for our first little meeting before we start our hopefully for next year to start something a little bit more serious.
Yeah. But I was going to say, because obviously I've met you before. I'd met Vivian down in Bridgewater when I met Abby. We was all at the same conference. And I'd not met Dan. I don't know if I'd met your missus before.
No, you probably wouldn't have done because you wouldn't have seen her without me. So, she won't go anywhere without me. So,
but I might have met her like if she was with you at any of the events. But
I mean, Dan, I first met Dan probably a good 10 years ago at I think that was at the Nottingham Halls of Justice or Galleries of Justice or whatever it's called. Probably about 10 years ago. And then we kind of lost contact with each other. I think he went out of the. I think he went off. He sort of went out of the paranormal interest for a little while. But then he's come back. I was actually quite surprised to see him back, actually. But, and also Viv, I've known for a number of years.
Yeah.
A few things with her.
Yeah.
So,
I did enjoy the night. I know we didn't really get much other than that light and like we was doing stuff on the Estes, but it was nice to meet everyone and have a chat and what have you. It was just I didn't get back till about 4:30, 5 in the morning.
That's been like 25 minutes away. We were 20 minutes away.
I know. Because I drove to Viv's because she only lives an hour away from me. So by the time she dropped her mate off, then got back to where she lives, I then had to drive home from there. And I'm like, might just sleep in the car, might just pull up in a field and go to sleep.
Yeah, that's the thing when you're going for quite a way, isn't it? For something, like that. Especially if it don't turn out to be a very good evening. You know, I've had a few of those gone quite a long way, and sort of you think, well, was it really worth it?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's good. I like the socializing and like meeting people and having a chat and what have you.
That's the best part of these things.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because like when I met Nicole in middle of this year, even though we didn't really do anything paranormal, it was nice just to meet up and go out and socialize and get to know people on a personal level and not just like the paranormal version of that person.
Well, you're still going to find out those things personally, aren't you? You'll be asking, you know, what sort of things you've experienced and stuff like that, and you get it on a one-to-one level with it.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was good. So, question for you, and it's gone.
Oh boy, this is why you got to write these things down.
No, I thought it this afternoon. I thought, oh, something triggered. I thought, oh, I should write that down. I'm like, nah, I'll be fine. I'll remember that. And it just come to me then and went again.
I hate it when that happens.
Right, no, it's come back. So
it does with age, I know.
Yeah. So
I'll lose it again.
Don't speak, don't move, don't blink, nothing. So out of all the different genres in the paranormal, what is your highest interest? What is your main go-to thing out of everything?
It changes. I got to be honest. I mean, originally I started out with the UFO interest mainly, and it kind of. I mean, I think most of us are interested in things like ghosts and everything else like that. And really, my taste, my interests are across the whole spectrum of it. Really, with UFOs, it's kind of, I don't know, nothing's really changed. I mean, for all the years that I've been on this planet, nothing's really changed as far as what are they, where are they coming from, and everything like that. So it kind of gets a bit, I wouldn't say boring, but it's sort of going nowhere, if you see what I'm saying.
See, it's funny you should say that, because I'm feeling the same with the paranormal. I'm going back to the UFO and moving away from the ghost and spirit side. Not that I don't like it. I've nothing against it. I just don't find it's for me. My interest has gone back to, I suppose, UFOs, aliens, and cryptids.
Oh yeah, I've never lost that interest. Never lost it. I mean,
No.
Once you've seen your own UFOs, you get to a point where you don't just believe in them. You know they're there.
Yeah.
And but where do you go from there? I mean, I saw mine, but I can't tell you what they were or where they were coming from or anything like that. So
yeah, totally get that.
You're still left with that question.
But it's like I left a voice note for Abby and Nicole before, so I'll just tell you this quickly. This happened probably about 3 hours ago. So I'd just got So I got everything ready, and I thought before I go and pick the missus up from work, I'll take Bruno out for a little walk around the estate and what have you, and cross the fields. Yeah, he's only a little. He's a little shit. He's a little Shih Tzu Chihuahua cross, is what he is.
Right.
But I thought I'll take him out now, and then I'll take him out after we've done the show. And clear sky, full moon, so no clouds or nothing. I'm walking down, and just see this single light just flicking like that, like say every second, but then it'd be there, then it'd go back to there, then it'd be up there, then it'd go back. So I stopped walking, and then it's going in a straight line, but flicking, just one off white, like a creamy coloured light, and it just flick, and I start walking again, then it'd jump over there, then it'd jump over there.
Well, the question is there that I made it. I think, or is it actually the same craft, or are there various crafts talking to each other?
Well, I don't know, because it was flicking. I didn't see. Yeah. Obviously, I didn't see it shooting across because of how dark it was. But then, so we live in a cul-de-sac, so we're right at the top. There's a path that goes across the top, and we're there. So I'd gone round and walking back up, and as you're coming up, because of the level of it and the rooftops and that, there's only a couple of houses to my left, so looking east. So the moon's there, and I see these two lights, and there's one, they're about, what's like that? One's slightly higher than the other, but they look level, and they're moving away from me. And just solid white lights. There's no green or red or anything flashing on them, and they're moving away. And I thought, oh, that's weird. So as I'm walking up, there's a big wooden fence, like 90 degree. So as I'm coming round, it's like that blocked my view. So I thought, right, I'll walk up, only about 4 or 5 foot. But as I walked about 4 or 5 foot up, I'm about 8 foot higher because of the slope in the road. And you can see like right across the rooftop, there's only one house, and then it's all open, so you can see the moon and everything. So I should have still been able to see him from where I was stood. Nothing there. Completely gone. I should have still been able to see him on the same path as where I was stood. So I walked up a bit more to get a better view. Nothing there. Nothing at all.
So if they were, right. That's what you're saying, isn't it? You know, if they were something normal.
Yeah. Yeah, but as I'm looking at that, these planes going over, a helicopter come shooting across, because you can tell with the noise that they make. A couple of like passenger jets, obviously higher up, and you can just about hear them. But the two and the single one made no noise whatsoever, and they was like, the first point of seeing them was literally directly above me. So the first one was going north, and the two that were together was going east.
Well, you thought they were planets or something, or Venus or bright star.
So
when stationary, weren't they?
Because it was a full moon, and I just seen them two, and I'm walking up. I just thought, oh, it might be Venus and star, or Venus and Mercury, or whatever. I didn't.
That's what you're usually told if you report these things. Isn't it? Oh, you've seen Venus or something.
But then I stopped, and they was moving away, and I'd left my phone in the house because I thought, I'm only taking the dog round the block. I don't need my phone. I've got my watch if I need to do anything. I can scream.
Did you say a helicopter came shooting across? It wasn't actually trying to chase them or something, was it?
No, that was going west. So I seen the helicopter first, and it was because of the helicopter that I looked up, and that's when I noticed the one that was blinking across the sky. And then as I'm coming back round and coming up the hill back to the house, that's when I seen the two that I thought were stars. So
yeah, so you're left with that question. What were they?
Yeah. But then that takes me back then to me not wanting to do paranormal, but I'm not finding an interest in it as much, and I'd rather do the ufology side. But as I was saying the other day, if you want to do Skywatch, you don't even have to leave your house. You just stick your head out the window, or you go to your back door, your front door, and you look at the sky. You've more chance of seeing something in the sky than going to an abandoned building or a cemetery or wherever to find a spirit or a ghost or some weird entity.
Yeah, if you've got a nice dark garden in the middle of somewhere, so you're not getting the light pollution. Or you can just get your chair out there and sit out there looking at us, especially in the summertime when it's not so cold. You know. Yeah. So you'd be surprised what you can see. I know. Unfortunately, though, you can still mistake aircraft and airplanes and God knows what else. As people often do, or even satellites going across the sky are often mistaken.
But no, these weren't, because I live near a place called Sywell. It's an aerodrome, and they have air shows on every so often. And during the summer, they have what they call red arrows, like the jets. Right. You have the training planes for them. You have Spitfires, and you have the biplanes. And where I grew up in Manchester, there's a place called Barton, and that was a similar sort of thing. So growing up, you'd get used to the noise of each type of aircraft. So more the older ones rather than the new ones, because all jets to me sound the same. But you can tell the difference between a biplane, a Spitfire, and a twin-powered engine. Do you know what I mean? So you know what you're looking for. But these were no sound. So it's very, very strange. But I didn't get abducted, so it's all good.
Oh, did you? You don't know that you didn't.
Did you miss time before you sent us a
missing
message?
time. No missing time.
No weird implants.
No what? No.
Weird implants.
You've got to tell us that story because I've heard it referenced.
I've never heard about your
no.
thing?
Oh.
I need to know about the
Oh,
interstellar.
this is about David.
Does David want to know about your implant?
Oh. I'll keep it as short as. I'll keep as much detail, but keep the story.
Because I haven't heard it, so go ahead, and I'll tell you about my couple in a minute.
I've
Oh,
heard
yes.
it, but not in a while. So
Right. At least it's not the pterodactyl, so we're all right.
French guy.
Yes, our bench guy. So I was living in Milton Keynes. I'd moved from Manchester, moved down here 2008, and this was about 4 years later. So I'm living about 2 miles north of the centre of Milton Keynes, and there's loads of weird stuff going on at the house that I was living in. And anyway, I was seeing UFOs. I was seeing shadow people, disembodied voices, things moving in the house, all sorts of weird stuff, but only in and around the house and the garden. Anyway, one night, I don't know if because it damaged me back and I was out of work for 18 months because I literally couldn't walk. I was like crawling around.
I've done it myself.
I'd done my lumbar spine. I was having physio and acupuncture and everything. Some days I couldn't even get up and walk. I had to shuffle around on my bum. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So yeah, it wasn't fun. But one night I'd gone to bed. I know it was summer, and I woke up probably about 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and I just thought I don't even know what my actual thought was, but I woke up, no reason or suppose notification as to why I did what I did, but I just put my hand literally in. I had to get I knew that I couldn't feel it, but I knew there was something in my nose, and it's left nostril, and I was like near enough up to my elbow trying to get this thing out. I was covered in blood. I was like ripping tissue away and everything. And I managed to get this little thing out. It's like the size of a grain of rice, but it was hollow. Right? I don't know. It was like I had a little bedside lamp on, so it wasn't that bright. In fact, I had the curtains open and there's a street light about 10 foot away. So a lot of that light was coming in. So I think he used that. I don't think he had a lamp. So I could see it. And you know when you can smell, like if you get a nosebleed or you cut yourself and your hands are sticky, like with the blood, or you can smell the blood and what have you. It was like that. But I was so knackered. I just thought, do you know, I can't be arsed. I'll get up in the morning. I'll have a shower. I'll have a wash. I'll clean the bedding and just do it then, rather than I've just spent half an hour trying to get this thing out my nose. I just felt absolutely drained. So I got it, and the bedside unit was probably about 2-foot gap between the bed and where the unit was. And it was one of those Kallax units, you know, the IKEA ones with the 4 cubes. And it was a white one. So I just got it. I just put it on top, made sure it didn't roll off, left it, went back to sleep. Anyway, woke up in the morning, nothing there. I had no blood on my hands. There's no blood on the bedding.
What?
I could feel an indentation in me. I knew I'd done it. I knew I wasn't dreaming. And we didn't have carpet. It was just floorboards. And so there was a little, like, you know, it was original floorboards, not laminate. So do you know where you have the little gap between each floorboard? We'd left it like that. I'm on my hands and knees, looking under the bed, under the unit, looking everywhere for it. And I'm like, as I'm doing that, I'm looking at my hands and why why is there no blood? It should have been under. You know when you get it under your fingernails and around the edge and all that, and in your creases of your knuckles? Nothing there whatsoever. I could not find whatever it was that was there. So very, very strange.
Well, I mean, anyone. I'm not saying this is the case, Andy, for 1 minute.
Yeah.
But if you were to speak to a professional or something, or a professional or something about it, they'd just say you were dreaming.
Yeah,
wouldn't they? That would be the answer to it, and that would be the end of it.
Yeah.
because that's what I did. I'm like, I know I weren't dreaming. I'm checking my notes.
I'm not in that for a minute. By the way.
Yeah. No. But I, in myself, I was like, did I dream it? And I'm like, no, because I could feel you can still feel where the indentation is. So I don't know how long it had been in there. But I had Jessica Jones, the cryptid huntress, over in the States. She did a remote view on me. And I just give her a couple of dates, the coordinates is like the year, roughly what month of that year, and the area of where you was. And she came back with all this stuff, and some of it I'd even forgotten about. So...
Oh, interesting.
And some of the stuff that she'd spoke about was in that, and one of them was, I've still got it. It was, you either have had an implant, have got an implant, or will be getting an implant, as in alien tech. And I don't think I'd spoke about this at that point on the show. I might have mentioned it, but she'd have had to go through all my videos to find it on that point for me to, and no one's going to be asked looking for that, because even I don't know what video it's in.
It's a needle in a haystack.
It's a long time. Yeah, it's a long time searching. But
I mean, have you ever had any regression work or anything like that done, Andy?
No. Nope.
He's afraid to know.
I'm not. I just, because you hear that, like with regression, you get a lot of false memories.
Yeah.
Because your mind is trying to work out what's going on, and it's like, if you think it's real, then it's going to put that in as that's what happened. And I don't want false memories. I want to know 100% exactly what went on.
Yeah.
I think the thing is with regression, we've all seen so many movies and things over the years that you don't know what actually stays in your head, and you can make up something, some fictional tale in your brain, and and you're sort of feeding off of that. I had it once. I tried a regression session, and I got to a point where I knew what was happening. I knew what I was saying, but I was thinking, is this really a memory, or is it some sort of a, like I said, like something from a movie or something that's kept in my brain, and it's sort of
yeah. Well, that's it. It's like you've read a book, or it could be from anything. So I'm not convinced that I'd get 100% what I want from it. So, but this is
obviously
I was just reading that,
and they wanted it back. Why would they want it back?
But
or put it back?
Did they take it back, or did they put it back?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Do they just hide?
I'm not searching. Well, I'm not searching anywhere else to find where it's gone if it has been put back. That's all I'm going to say.
So if Andy ever goes out metal detecting, you'll be.
Yes. Yeah. So that was.
See, it was relevant. You had to tell everybody.
Sorry.
Because they didn't know. I said it was relevant to the conversation.
Yeah.
So.
So what experiences have you had with this, David? You mentioned.
Well, I've not been abducted to my knowledge. I mean, I don't know for sure. Obviously, that's what any of us do. But back in 1960, I think it was 1966, long time ago, before pretty much if you were born. I saw a big oval orange object going across the sky where I live in Essex. We'd just moved to Essex probably a couple of years before that, because I was brought up in London. And it was a big oval object going across the sky, completely silent. And I can only describe it as, it wasn't a bright light. It was more like an incandescent orange, but all different shades of orange, and like a lava type of thing going across the sky. Like the lava lamps, a bit like that. Yeah, I was watching it for a good 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I was actually coming back in the early hours of the morning from my girlfriend's house, probably about 1 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, I just watched it for some time. But I'll say, I'm going to go back to when I was younger, living in London. And I'm talking about the late 50s now, going back quite a way, probably about 1958, 59. I was actually sitting on my steps. I used to like sitting out and looking at the stars, just looking at the stars. Probably not giving them a lot of thought, just looking at them. And all of a sudden, to my left, I started seeing a star that was moving downwards and then stopping, and then moving downwards and stopping, and then moving downwards and stopping. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. I just thought it was a star moving back then. But of course, later on, I thought, well, you know, I'm talking about the late 50s. There was a lot of things in the sky back then, you know, like no helicopters and satellites and things. And things don't stop and, you know, start and move like that anyway, even now. So what I was looking at then, I don't know. Was that my first UFO? I have no idea, but I would put it down to that because I don't know. You know, we know stars don't move and stop and move and stop. You know, all I can put it down was that was probably my first UFO sighting without realizing it.
Yeah. But it's like, I don't know. I just think you've more chance of seeing something looking up than walking through a forest or an abandoned building.
But does it depend on what you're looking for? Because I'm in abandoned buildings and whatever a lot, and I find them a lot. And I've never, well, only one time have I seen what I think was a UFO. So is it just what you want to see? Are you like manifesting that?
Definitely, it's energy.
Yeah,
the energy you're putting out.
Yeah, but even
when I saw mine, I wasn't actually thinking of UFOs or anything. They just that especially the big orange one. I was just walking along the street, and suddenly there it was. And I wasn't thinking about UFOs or anything.
Well, when I see my first one,
and as a kid, sitting on the street, I wasn't thinking about them.
Yeah, when I see my first one, I was about 8 years old. I didn't even know what a UFO was. I think that was why I didn't tell anyone, because I just sat me back looking up at it for God knows how long. And it wasn't, I'm looking at a UFO. I'm just looking up at whatever this thing was. Yeah.
I mean, I'll say something now that it might be a little bit controversial, but maybe you're meant to see these things at certain times because that's going to be your subject. Maybe they're telling you it's going to be your interest, or so you're going to be in that world. Later on in your life, you know, I was told that by a psychic. Actually, I used to go to some of these, like the medium things where they tell you, you know, the medium was actually saying to the audience, I was going through quite a bad time at the time. It's quite awkward to tell you about. I was going through quite a bad time at the time, and I kept saying to myself, I was thinking, I hope she comes to me. Then I was thinking, I hope she don't come to me. Then I was saying, I hope she don't come. Anyway, in the end, she came over to where roughly where I was sitting, and she said, there's somebody over here that can't make their mind up whether they want me to come to them or not. And she said, it's you. She pointed straight at me. And I thought, oh my God, she picked up on what I was actually thinking. And she said, I won't come to you. I won't embarrass you or anything. But she said, everything's going to be all right. And so that was kind of my first dealings with mediums as such in an audience. So, to actually pick up on what I was thinking and what I was feeling, whether I was sending out some sort of strange vibrations or not, I don't know. But that was probably the late 60s. That was.
Wow. Probably very empathic. She was picking up on the energy that you were putting out. Yeah.
Oh, I was also going to tell you, I don't know if it was the same medium, but another one of those sessions, they do like stage work, their mediumship. And she said to me, you're going to be doing this in the future yourself. You're going to be up on the stage like me doing it. And I thought, no, I'm not. I'm not a medium or anything like that. I mean, I'm still not. I mean, I think we've all got something in us. But when you come to think of it, when I was doing the radio show, maybe that was what she meant. I was going to be presenting to people and stuff like that, which kind of in a loose sense, I suppose, is true.
Have you ever tried mediumship?
Radio with a medium at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah.
Have I ever tried it? No. I was once told that I'm a healer because my hands get very hot. but whether that's true or not, I've never put it to apart from my wife once when she said her shoulder was hurting and I was rubbing her shoulder like that, and she said, "Oh, it's gone," or we'd had a headache and I've touched it. But no, I've never tried to sort of put it into practice or anything. But I've been told by a couple of mediums that I was a healer. But I've never.
Do you think maybe you're doing like a form of like that Reiki healing and everything without even realizing it?
I don't know. I've never thought of it. Maybe, I don't know.
Channeling that energy through you.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I should have in my early years. Maybe I should have tried to put it to practice, or looked further into it, but I didn't. You know, just
never too late.
Well, yeah, I suppose it's not. No.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about Rendlesham earlier. Let's go back to the UFO thing.
I was going to ask you about that.
I wandered around in Rendlesham Woods Forest quite a few times when I was living in Saxman, because I actually became friends with Brenda Butler. You've probably heard of her. She wrote a crash and everything. And see, this is where I was talking about when I talk about UFO. When you see your UFOs, you're led into this sort of business, if you want, or this interest. It seems that I've been guided into knowing people and becoming friends with a lot of people. I mean, let's put it like this: with the Rendlesham Forest UFO incident, I, like everybody else, that was one of my interests. I read about the books, heard Colonel Holt's tapes, and all that. Yeah. And when we moved to Saxmundham, I ended up actually getting mixed up. Colonel Holt became a personal friend of mine. He actually came and stayed at our home. Wrote the Holt memorandum.
Yeah.
And we still sort of write, because he lives in the States, obviously, Virginia. But I'm still in contact with him. I've become very good friends with Jim Peniston, who actually was the man who touched the craft. Well, I've never met him. We often chat on Facebook and on messaging and everything like that. So I was actually pulled into it without even realising it, through an argument that somebody else had with somebody else.
You need to write a book on that, David. Just one paragraph about that.
Well, I'll just tell you a little bit about that. I'm not going to mention any names or anything like this, but there was a conference set up at Woodbridge for Colonel Holt, and I think at the time there was Larry Warren and John Burroughs, and I think Richard Dolan was there as well. And that was when we first moved. I thought, wow, this is interesting. I don't really get a chance to go to a lot of these conferences, so I'm going to go to this conference and meet all these people. And so I went to that first one. So this is where I met Larry Warren. I'm not going to go into all the ins and outs of that, but later on I did a lot of research into him and everything like that. But then there was another one that came up for Colonel Holt. Which was set up at another conference. So it was the same venue, the Woodbridge place. Now, what happened? The person that organised that event, he was putting pictures up, and they were laminated pictures. Put a few pictures around the hall. Now, the fellow that I was actually sitting next to was a Scotsman. Right, I know it's out, but he was sitting next to me, and suddenly I'm sitting there. I spoke to him a bit during the thing, and I can say his name because it's not a problem. His name was Andrew Ross, right? It's the Scotsman's name. But it doesn't matter if I say that because it's not a problem. But he showed me this picture, this laminated picture. And I said, "Oh, where did you get that?" He said, "Over there." I said, "Oh, I thought he'd been given it." Right? Well, what happened? I found out the next day because the person that organised that he started moaning about somebody had stolen a couple of his pictures off the wall. And his name was Andrew Ross. Right. And he put a picture of another Andrew Ross, who I happen to be friends with on my Facebook.
Yeah.
And of course, I had to get involved in it because I said, "Well, I'm sorry, so-and-so. Yeah. That's not the fellow that I was sitting next to who actually showed me the picture that was laminated." And his name, I don't know what his name was because I never got his name, but his name is not the Andrew Ross you're talking about because he put his picture. But of course, that's how I kind of got involved with all that whole thing. And anyway, for a while, we were talking backwards and forwards. He kind of became a friend of the person. both of them. But Andrew Ross, he actually thanked me for saving his good name, sort of thing. The other there was a farmer who lives up north somewhere. But that was a funny thing. Like they're both named Andrew Ross, apparently.
Yeah.
And, but that's kind of how I got into that thing, and through that argument and that thing, I ended up meeting Colonel Holt as a friend, and it kind of took off from there, really. That's why the strange thing is that I find I was actually sitting next to that person who had that laminated picture for me to get involved in. I mean, a lot of people may not have took any notice of it, but me being me, I'm the sort of person that I can't see someone being accused of something if they didn't do it.
Yeah.
It's kind of a long, convoluted story. I'm sorry about that, but it's kind of one of the things that I found that's drawn me into this whole thing.
Yeah. So I'm guessing you used to go to Rendlesham. I can't even say it. Rendlesham quite often with it being on your doorstep. How did you, compared to back then and to what it's like now, how did you find it?
I've got to say, I haven't been back there I'll tell a lie. About a couple of years ago, I went back up there during the day. We were doing a little bit of research up there for somebody else who they came down. And that's another story. Another person that I found out wasn't what they.
Not another argument, was it?
What they were, but I took him up to Rendlesham because he wanted to do a bit of research, and we were going around there. But that was during the day. We didn't see anything unusual. Just did a little bit. I took him round to where they call Capel Green, but it isn't Capel Green. The Capel Green's across the road to across the road from it. It's the farmer's field. So we took him all around there. But that was that. That was the last time I went there, really. But when I used to go around there quite a lot, when I lived in just outside of Saxmundham, we was about 20 minutes away. I did see quite a few interesting things. I used to be there till sort of 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, walking about in the park with this little crowd, and we took some amazing photographs some nights. I mean, Brenda has some ability to know that there's something in a position where, because she'll say there's something interesting over there, and you take some photos and you get all these strange shapes and orbs and things. Other times you're taking pictures all throughout the forest and they just come out black, So, I mean, if you look at Brenda Butler, if anyone listening to this or watching this can see Brenda Butler's page on Facebook, they can probably see a lot of those shapes and and I've actually taken them myself when she's pointed in a different particular direction. Unfortunately, I haven't seen Brenda for a few years now, but I did take this person to visit her last year. But I think she'd had a stroke, I think, and she can't go and do the walks like she used to.
What would you say has been your most memorable experience or most impactful experience whilst investigating the Rendlesham area?
As far as Rendlesham, you remember at the Eastgate area, there's a strange. I don't know if have you been there? You get
hoping to.
I've been a few times.
You get
I have never been.
Yeah, like hospital disinfectant smell.
Yeah.
On the odd occasion, you get that strange perfume that comes out. It smells like hospital.
Like germaline.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. Yeah. I've experienced that a few times. Where it's coming from, I don't know. I don't know if it's some sort of plant can send that sort of smell out. I mean, it's not like it all the time. It just suddenly it'll waft out.
Yeah, you just get a whiff of it, don't you?
Yeah. Have you experienced it, Andy?
Yeah. Now you've said it. Yeah, I remember there was a smell and I couldn't work out what it was.
Yeah, but it's exactly like what you said, like germaline.
Yeah.
There's no animal disinfectant pads or anything like that around.
There's nothing. Are you on about where the hangars are? So you've got Eastgate. They've got the car park. You walk down that pathway. You go around the chain link fence, and you've got the big green hangars right down the bottom.
There's nothing really. I mean, whether they've got something in some of the hangars, which are quite a long way away.
It's just empty pallets, from what I could see.
There's nothing there. Yeah.
No.
But I don't know what it is, but I don't know if it's weird or what. But I mean, apart from that, we've actually seen. Remember, I said to you about seeing a star moving and stopping and moving. We've actually seen that up at Rendlesham. I don't know if it was Brenda that noticed it first, and also all coloured orbs in the trees.
What
that move
colour?
about.
Yeah.
I've seen red ones, and I think I saw a blue one. This is with my naked eyes, not with the camera.
Yeah, yeah.
We were in the car park with Brenda and I and a few others, and I looked and I saw this red orb go across the. It was at sort of a low level, and Brenda looked. She said, "You saw that as well, didn't you?" I said, "Yeah, I saw that." But I've seen a blue one as well with my naked eyes, but mostly they're through the camera. You see them.
Yeah, see, I've seen orbs. I've seen a few white ones, but the first time I went, I met up with Alex Lovelock, and he was showing me around.
I know Alex, yeah.
Yeah, so we've gone. I don't know if you know. There's a photograph that he's got with his daughter, and they're at a tree, and there's a figure of someone like in a tunic and a hat.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
So where that tree is, that's supposed to be the official UFO landing site. That's like where the fence is that drops down into the farmer's field for Capel Green. So it's like right on the edge. Obviously, you can't because the fence has been built since all that and what have you.
Are you talking about a UFO that came down in Capel Green itself?
Well, there's one that came down a couple of days before, wasn't there? Before the one in Rendlesham. And then that one that was the triangular one was seen in Rendlesham. But there's supposed to be the actual landing site is roughly where that tree is and where you've got the fence. And then it comes down and it drops right down. And then you're looking over to where Bentwaters was. It's that area. And we were stood at the tree and we're leaning on the branch looking down, and we seen two orange orbs just zigzagging across the floor. And I thought it was Alex's watch reflecting off the sun. And then I'll explain my lack of knowledge of physics in a minute. And then we seen two more. And he went, "Did you see them?" I'm like, "Yeah, I was just about to ask you." I'm like, "Did you see them the other two a minute ago?" He's like, "Yeah." I goes, "But we were just chatting, so I didn't think anything of it." So we're leaning on the tree. His watch is facing up. The sun's up. We've got a lot of shade. If that was a reflection off his watch, how could he have done it upside down? It'd have had to be his arm like that, and the sun would have had to be beneath us.
It'd be more glaring in your eyes if it was the sun, because it would be catching you. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I know Alex is a very good medium. Maybe he draws them somewhere,
Possibly.
But I know I walked around there a few times with him myself, and he's taken some amazing photographs over the years. He used to carry his what a photos around with him, didn't he? In it as well.
Yeah. But have you seen the ones where he's got like that white, big, bulbous-headed figure on the other side of the fencing? And then there's one with the monks in the trees.
Oh yes, I've seen them. Yeah.
And there's one I call it. It's a camel. I call it a camel fish. It looks like a giant fish, but covered in fur. But he didn't see it.
Yeah.
When he's walking there, you couldn't see it. I know the path. It's like where the tunnels run underneath. And he took these photos, and it was there. And he's like, he was stood exactly where it was, and there's nothing in the way.
It's like a dead camel.
You said something very interesting then, Andy. You said a lot about hooded figures and monks, because you get those around Wiltshire, around the crop circles and all the rest of it. Do you think it's a connected phenomena with these hotspots, ancient sites and UFO sites?
Possibly.
I have been told about the monks and things, and the hooded figures from. I've never seen them myself, but a few people I know have seen the like little creatures, little monks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, these, I'd say,
they're a giant, believe it or not. Apparently.
Yeah, these are about 4.5, 5 foot tall. These hooded figures. So, but I need to meet up with Alex and go again. The last time we went, we did a night walk. It was July, August. I think it was August. It's still still quite hot. We've seen a lot. We thought there was satellites, but I've come to a conclusion about satellites. I can tell you that in a minute. And we've seen them, and there's two coming across, and then one would slow down to let the other one pass, and it'd speed up again.
Yeah.
Which
satellites wouldn't do. They're on a fixed trajectory.
And also, satellites don't have a fixed light on them. It's a reflective off the solar panels and the metal. Yeah. So if you see a satellite, surely it'd act more like a glittery effect. It wouldn't be a solid light. It'd be flicking.
Yeah, it flares
Yeah.
normally, doesn't it, when it
So
catches
it's like,
the sun?
you know, when you get a mirror or you watch and you're winding your cat or a dog up and you do the reflection on the wall or the ceiling. Do you know what I mean?
Just not the floor.
Yeah, not the floor, because the sun's not upside down. So when you do, but that's, for me, that's how I would say a satellite would work if the light's bouncing off the plates.
I was freezing. There's like this draft coming through this window, and I was so cold.
Yeah, so it's like, so you'd have the light would be bouncing from the top and bottom. You wouldn't see it go all the way. It'd fade in and then fade out again. We're watching these for miles going across the sky. So I'm saying a lot of this stuff that we're looking at that we think are satellites are not actually satellites. We're just told they're satellites, but we have no proof to go up there and say otherwise.
Normally, if you have a star tracker or anything like that, I mean, I know the app I've got, it tracks all the satellites and tells you what the constellations are and all the rest of it and the trajectories. So if you're seeing something and you hold that up to the sky, it's going to tell you whether it's a satellite or not.
Yeah.
But if you do go, maybe if you do go sometime, Andy, or give us a shout. I'll meet you up there.
Yeah. Well, Abby wants to go. I need to meet up with Alex and Elaine and other Elaine and
we'll fix that for a date next year.
We need to get Nicole from America and we need to get her over.
I need a passport. I'm in the wrong country right now.
Well, we'll just
we'll smuggle you in.
No, we don't need to. We'll just message Trump. Tell her she's
just come across another all right.
Yeah, tell
Trump.
On
my accent.
Yeah, we'll tell Trump she's an illegal immigrant, and he'll just deport her.
But where are we getting deported to? I have to practice my accent first, so they think I'm from there.
Yeah, try your Texas accent. You'll be fine.
Oh, give us your best British.
Oh no, there's too many people on the screen to offend right now.
Oh yes, remember that. But yeah, so I'm not convinced about the satellites and all that. I know they do have them, but I don't think they can stay lit as you're watching it travel five miles across the sky. Do you know what I mean?
Just where it catches the sun reflection on it, as I say, the shiny bits. It's like when you see an aeroplane and it's a bright sunny day or the sun's in a certain position, normally 45 degrees, you get that flare on the plane, don't you?
Yeah, I saw that today, actually, funny enough.
Yeah.
But the thing is, this is 11:30 at night. Yeah, in summer. The sun is around the other side of the earth. If it's not flat, no, I'm not going there messing about. The sun is on the other side of the earth. So how is it reflecting onto the satellites? Every single satellite that comes over that is.
That's showing off
that one.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not convinced.
I don't know enough about it to actually comment on it really. So it's probably none of us do. But,
no, I've not got a clue. But
I just use the star map app and it just tells me if it's a satellite or not.
Because Adam's just put because it's way above the earth. But when you see a plane flying over at night, you don't see light reflecting off that. You see the lights on the plane, on the wings. You see the wing lights and the tail light, the red, green, and white. You don't see a reflection.
The thing is, though, Andy, I think if it didn't have its own lights, you might well see that reflection on the metal. Because what's happening is the light coming up with it is actually killing any reflection, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose it's there's no. Oh, what's the word? There's no light pollution up there, so you're getting a natural light reflection. Yeah, I get that, but these satellites look like the same height as what a plane was flying, because satellites are not much bigger than a plane, if not the smaller.
You can tell if they're in Earth orbit or actually in the atmosphere at commercial plane height.
But I'm sure most satellites are smaller than your 777, aren't they? Yeah. So you wouldn't see it, would you?
Probably about the size of a car, most of them, aren't they?
Yeah. Let's say it's the size of a Land Rover. Yeah.
I'd go Ford Fiesta.
Well, we'll go a big SUV. Even if it's that big, how are you going to see a light reflected on that if it's so far up in the atmosphere or out of the atmosphere?
Yeah, don't know. But,
no. Don't know. Anyway, I think the Earth's flat. See you later. Bye.
You think the Earth is hollow?
No, it's hollow. It's not flat.
It can't be flat and hollow.
It can.
How?
Imagine an Oreo, but without the middle bit. Yeah, without the filling.
That's just
Like an
cancer.
Aero. Like an Aero chocolate bar.
Yeah,
Depressing
yeah.
thought. That's
There
the
you
best
go.
part of the Oreo.
Yeah. There is no best part of an Oreo is putting it in the bin. But anyway,
You don't really
Jammy
think
Dodger
you're-
any
you
day.
don't-
What?
Jammy Dodger.
say that again. Sorry, David.
You don't really think the Earth's flat, do you?
No, I was messing about.
That's a relief. Otherwise, I was going in.
But are we
I'm
all
joining you.
strictly against the argument for the firmament?
Mm,
Against the argument for the firmament, I am. I've got to say, I can't prove anything either way, but I don't
I know.
believe we've got a firmament. No.
No.
Because I watched a video a couple of days ago of, can't remember what country it was. They set a rocket off and it goes up, and apparently it crashes into the firmament, and it's only been flying for about 20 seconds. So unless planes have got like a little button that has an automatic gate so it can fly, the firmament is shut and no one sees it.
Well, I think this takes us to: do you believe we went to the moon? Because I do.
I
No,
do and I don't.
No.
But with
I
Sorry,
definitely do.
David.
yeah, with
I-
this
I-
rocket one,
I spent most of my working life in the electronics business, and I
Yeah.
know for a fact back then, back in '69, we did have the technology in electronics wise to actually do that, because I used to work on a lot of space projects, space and military projects.
yeah. See, I think they've been to the moon, but I don't think they've gone up in a rocket. I
How do
think
you
they've
think they went up?
Stargate, portal, teleportation. There's something. They've gone, but it's a different way. I don't think we went in '69. I think it was a lot later. I do think that Stanley Kubrick did do the movie and all that to it.
No, we didn't. No, sorry, you've got to correct it. That was actually thrown out a few years back. That was an
Oh, was
actor
it?
making out he was Stanley Kubrick. Yeah, they were
Oh.
doing something. Yeah, that's been. You can actually Google it. There was an actor. I can't think of his name now, but they actually named the bloke who did it because it
I
wasn't.
didn't know that.
Yeah, that was an actor making out he was Stanley Kubrick, saying we didn't
Ah.
know and all that. So,
But it just seems weird that they went to the moon, they come back, and they lost all knowledge of how to go back again.
well, no, I mean, I can because I was in that business, I can actually understand that. And what they did, that was kind of an old technology, which has been left behind now. We sort of moved on to do like the space stations and everything like that. So really, when we go back again, we will be going back again soon. It'll be a completely different technology again. It'll be because the technology was actually belt and braces, basically. A lot of it, and it is quite a wonder that we did manage to do it. And remember, we didn't just do it. Well, I say we. I'll talk about us on Earth. We didn't just do it once. We did it 6 times, and it should have been 7, but one failed on the way. Apollo 13, funny enough. In actual fact, I mean, also to get them back, that was quite an achievement in itself. Had they not had the lunar lander, if the accident had happened on the way back from the moon, they wouldn't have gotten back. It's just the fact they still had the lunar lander on the craft, which they were actually able to use to get themselves back or get them back here. So
see, I think we've been, but I don't think we've been the way that they've told us we've gone.
I don't know. I definitely don't think it happened like everybody said it did.
I keep falling.
There's too many inconsistencies.
As I say, I don't believe for 1 minute that NASA told us the complete truth about all what went on, but I do believe we went, and we've been several times. I also believe that there were UFOs on the way because there's been some reports about bogies to the left or wherever it was out of the window. So,
they cut the stream, don't they, to the ISS?
yes, they did do that because it was actually. It was. I think they turned. It was actually 2. There was the military and they had the public section, and they could actually cut between the 2.
Yeah.
And they cut off the public one and kept on talking on the military one.
Yeah. Have you Musk. Obviously, you've heard of him. He was doing the satellite release and he was doing a live stream, but they don't cut the feed on it. And as they're releasing these like drone-looking Starlink satellites off this panel, you can see what looks like some sort of UFO in the distance. It comes across, literally stops and slows right down, watching what's going on. It's actually on the feed. It's on X and then it's gone on to Instagram and all that.
Wow.
It's still on there.
I see that as quite a possibility. I mean, I think there's probably civilizations out there millions of years in advance of what we are. You know, it's and I can't see any reason why they can't be flying around the universe or around our solar system or whatever.
Yeah, but with you saying that about being advanced, I think those who control everything, but trying to word it correctly, with them doing what they do, I think we are a lot more advanced than we're being told we are. I think a lot of the technology is being held back because obviously knowledge is power. So if we had all this knowledge, if we had all this knowledge of what tech they've actually got, they won't stand a chance against the population. So I think our technology is so much more advanced than we're being told. And like I've said before, it wouldn't surprise me that if a lot of this tech is actually ours and it's not coming from other origins.
Oh, that's definitely true. Yeah, that's definitely true.
What was it? Some high-ranking CIA woman said once on I can't remember which UFO documentary. It's great that people think it's UFOs and it's aliens because it actually hides what we're doing. So okay. So what are you doing?
We have a bunch of questions.
We do.
We do.
Are you ready, David?
Go for it.
It's going to be like Mastermind. So, first one is from Og, our moderator, Elaine. That's not a million miles away from you. She's in Lowestoft. So,
I know Lowestoft, yeah.
She knows.
It's not the Elaine that I know, is it?
Yes, she knows your brother. Your brother's with a woman. Your brother's with a woman that lives in her apartment block or something.
Yeah, her name's Valerie, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, she told me before, but I didn't write it down again. But anyway, here's a question. So, myself living near Rendlesham Forest was just wondering if you had paid it a visit, and if so, had any experiences there. I know you've already spoke about it, but I'm just going to go through the questions anyway.
Yeah, I've kind of covered the experiences I've had there. I mean, we had a few things where we saw strange things with the cameras and when we took photos. And a lot of people would argue that all pictures we take with the cameras are just like moisture and all that. But my argument is that would mean every photo we take is featuring that. But most of the photos you take are all black. They just come out black photos. Yeah. And you'll get three or four pictures together. With all these different orb shapes in them, some people will say they were dust particles, but I disagree because then when you're taking more after that, they go back to black again. So
very strange.
Yeah.
Have you ever been chased out of Rendlesham, like by military or Men in Black or anything like that?
No. I have heard of people, but had people, but I've never had that experience. No.
Have you ever any zones that they've cordoned off or not allowed you to go into?
Nope. No, nothing like that. Only the bit where it's fenced off anyway, where you're not supposed to go into the area. But if you go, the funny thing is, if you go through the main gate, which you can go through the main gate, you can actually drive through those areas.
Yeah.
It's a pointless barrier. It's one of those velvet ropes. It just has no point.
But
you can't go through certain bits, but you can go through the main gate and go right way around it. Yeah.
I used to deliver to Woodbridge, like the actual military base, but this part of it, you don't have to go through the main gate. There's another part. It's like this on most military bases. You have a bit where you can just drive on because none of the main buildings are on there. It's just residential. You might have a school and a shop and a post office and all that kind of stuff, but that's it. It's just like a little housing estate. But you could probably get through because I've had a look around and there's a lot of cameras that are not or there's no cameras in certain parts. They must have them, but I bet you could get on and get so far before anyone's clocked you.
I can imagine
you could.
doing this in the underbrush trying to get to it.
Yeah. I mean, people have done it, haven't they? They've actually gone onto the base and sort of stuck around and done a lot of filming and stuff.
Yeah. Yep. Right. Next question is from Steve Colling, and he would like to know. Oh, he's put, that's very true, David. Possibly. So this is when we was talking about used to being ufology, and then you turn towards like the ghost and spirit side. That's why he studies the Fae since his encounter as a young lad with them. So it kind of, you do swap and change, I think, due to what life or what the paranormal throws at you.
Yeah, I mean, I will say something there, but many years ago, when I was interested in well, I still am interested in UFOs. Don't get me wrong, but I couldn't see any connections between other forms of paranormal. But I think they're actually all linked. I think there's a lot of links between UFOs, the ghosts we see, and all the other types of paranormal things. I think they're all linked somehow. I can't say how, but I do think they're all linked.
We see that Anne Andrews and her son Jason and Mike Oram and things like that, the encounters that they've had over the years, and the poltergeist activity they were getting in the homes, the fire that burnt outside, and all these kind of weird things, whilst you've got activity going on in the sky. It's just there just seem to be some sort of correlation between them, whether it's an interdimensional energy or what. We just don't know.
I think what you got,
we don't know anything.
You start thinking about things from the holographic universe. When you start looking from that perspective, that's when you see the connections between the paranormal, UFOs, and everything else like that.
Right, the holographic universe. Are we manifesting?
Which is a whole big subject all of its own.
Probably.
But is that why?
Yeah. So
we see what we want to see because we're creating our reality?
Oh, definitely.
Yes. Yeah,
like
possibly.
The programming.
Yeah, it could well be. Maybe we're living within a great big super electronic program of some sort. Which I don't know. When you start thinking about it, it actually kind of makes sense in some ways. You know.
As I said, they found like the mathematical equation and all the rest of it in the universe, and it's pretty much computer code.
Yes,
and that just makes you think, doesn't it? It's like, okay, are we in a giant sim?
Mm-hmm. And then it's like some crazy inception because, all right, so if the universe is made of code, but then we're making things with code.
Yeah.
Are we creating more universes? We're creating like the multiverse?
Yeah, but there could be people out there that are sort of controlling everything that maybe not everything we do, but we still got choices in what we do, but it still could be controlled as a whole. I don't know if it's a game or whatever it is, but it kind of makes sense. Well, I don't know if anyone follows David Icke at all. I know this is not all his theory. He uses other people's theories as well. But I'm quite a follower of David Icke. I've been sort of quite a big follower for about 10 years now. And he goes along with those as well. You know, it's not an easy subject to talk about because it takes a lot to start to get your head around it. If you've seen that, like the Matrix is a good example, the movies of what I'm talking about. It's a good introduction into it. If you see that movie, you think, wow, it's really far-fetched. But is it? You know?
No, totally get that. Yeah, because a lot of people keep referring to everything that's going on now to the Matrix.
Well, if you could stay, you know how many people are happier that they don't question the government, they don't question, what they're being told, history, the truth. They just go through life and they do their thing and they're happy.
Which is most people. I mean, the same thing happens over here.
But then you start asking the questions and you're like, well, shit, everybody's been lying to me all my life about everything that, history, about technology, about everything.
But see, I was thinking about this the other day. So, we've got the Mandela effect where we jump onto a different timeline. Maybe that history did happen, but each time there's a Mandela effect, for want of a better description of it, we've jumped to another timeline, and then we look back at that history, and that history doesn't make sense as to what's going on now, and that's why we think we've been lied to. When I'm not saying we've not, but we've not actually been lied to. That was a different timeline of what went on. And now with the timeline that we're on now, if we was to go back, the history on that would be a totally different timeline.
But there's the evidence there. There's the structures that we can't build. There's things carved in diorite that we can't do. I mean, they've just found Iron Age swords or iron swords. I think it was Sedan or anything like that. That's 3,000 years older than when we were actually able to make iron. So,
so how?
I mean, the buildings all over the world. There's a lot of buildings we'd find it hard to build now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I mean, I'm a great fan of aliens. I love it.
Yeah, but it's like
I just saw a video, like a reel that was like, hey, this was a picture of like this area in 1896. There was nothing there. And then like 30 years later, the whole city is built.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No construction going on. Like they just like popped up. And yeah, you can do that. You can build things fairly quickly. But at the time, they didn't even have the machinery that we have now to build all that stuff.
We wouldn't even be able to replicate the Great Pyramid in this day and age.
Then you've got all these giant carvings in Turkey. I can't pronounce the name. The one that Andrew Collins goes to. Gobi. That place. Yeah. And you've got these giant, and these doors are like 100 foot high and 40 foot wide. It's like they're out in the middle of nowhere. It might not have been like that hundreds of thousands of years ago. It might have been all plants and plains and farms and what have you. We don't know. We weren't there. But it just seems, why would you create and carve and construct something that big for the average person being 5'10"?
Yeah.
Apparently there's meant to be giants hidden in the Smithsonian, isn't there? That spirited away.
Yes.
Can I tell you that we talked to somebody who was supposed to tell me about giants, and he didn't tell me about the giants?
He did, Dr. Wu.
Dr. Wu did not tell me about the giants.
He did. You didn't listen.
I was listening. I needed in-depth. Yeah. I want pictures of the giants. I need comprehensive information on the giants in the Smithsonian.
But they're finding these. There was an architectural dig a few weeks ago. I think it was in the UK, and they found giant skeletons. Like the head was like 15 foot in diameter and shit like that.
Ooh, I missed that one. Do you know where it was?
No, I'm going to say Aylesbury, but I've not got a clue. I'm just first place that come into my head. But it was somewhere in the south. It was only a few weeks ago.
Where did this story come from? I'm a bit suspicious. Somebody.
When it's stuff like that and it's on TikTok and it's like people are like doing, it's not an investigation. They just put in what they call facts out there. I'll then have a look, and a lot of the time it comes back. Basically, it says, "Don't know what you're talking about." So straight away, it's a lie. But then other times they'll put it in, and it comes up with a description and timeline and date and all that kind of stuff.
The only one I found is a 6.5 foot long fossil skull of a plesiosaur that was discovered recently.
No.
So we're back to your pterodactyl.
Yeah, it's probably that. I don't know. But I'd probably seen it about 2 weeks ago. It was on Instagram. I don't really bother with Facebook.
Yeah, it was nicknamed a fossilized human-like skull nicknamed Dragon Man in China.
I thought it was the UK.
There are no verified reports of a giant human skull in the UK.
Oh.
A large fossilized skull
they would say that, wouldn't they?
in China.
Yeah. I'm not going to admit it.
Okay.
No.
Oh, so maybe it was this. A recent DNA analysis of that like giant human skull revealed that is likely from a Denisovan, an ancient human relative, not a human.
Yeah, because they found a couple more subspecies of humans recently, haven't they, from remains?
Yeah, the dragon man is the largest ancient human skull ever found.
And how big was that again?
This big.
Quite big.
Quite well. I've seen a mouse bigger than that.
Massive human head and
It might have.
I'd hate to see the mice running around your house, Andy.
That's quite a good book. The Giant Stonehenge.
Oh yes, yeah,
Who wrote
Newman.
that one? Oh, Hugh Newman.
Hugh Newman.
yeah.
Yeah, I think he's written a couple of books. Like, what's he got here? There's another one. That's another Hugh Newman, Jim Veria. Giants on Record.
Ah,
So if
yes.
you're interested in giants, that's a cool one.
So do you think it was more ancient aliens or ancient apocalypse that the flood came and a meteor struck, which is one of Graham Hancock's theories,
apocalypse.
and wiped out this advanced civilization, and we had to kind of like restart and rebuild again, and obviously people migrated, and this is where you get things like Stonehenge and things like this popping up, because that was the what was left of that civilization? Or do you think it was more ancient aliens?
This is my topic, Abby.
If this is ancient aliens, you know, Anunnaki was our DNA. Were we created?
Well, I know you can only theorise about stuff like that, can't you? I mean, you'll either believe it or you won't. It's I don't really know. I couldn't really say. I mean, was there really I think there probably was a big flood back in the back in the ancient times, but
Well, apparently we was created to mine gold, and we was the seventh creation because the six previous to us wasn't very good at it, so they got rid of them, and then they ended up with us.
And we're not very good at it either.
We're the best of a crap bunch, basically.
So I am very, very, very big on the ancient apocalypse theory with the flood, because there's science that backs it. It's not purely conspiracy. You can see, the Younger Dryas climate change and all of that in the flooding. You can see the saltwater deposits in the Eye of the Sahara.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
The shells and all the fossils up in the mountains where they shouldn't actually be, which have been proven not to have been underwater.
And just about every major religion has the story of the Great Flood.
Yeah.
So that's
most of the big deserts were probably covered by oceans at one point.
Yeah. It's like the Grand Canyon. It's got all you can see all the different water marks, all the different levels of the water. Yeah. I like the different minerals at different levels. So,
what do you think of the Egyptian deposits in the Grand Canyon? Apparently, there's meant to be this cavern in there with all these ancient artifacts from the old world.
Are you ready for this?
Probably not.
If you, I spoke about this before, but if you, with all the hieroglyphs and all that, it can be translated back to Old Welsh, the Welsh language.
Well,
it can be. Go on.
You have got the ancient myth of Scotia, which is where Scotland comes from. Princess Scotia, who came over from Egypt, went to Ireland, and there is evidence for that. So,
but did you also know? Sorry, that a lot of these places that are spoke about in the Bible are actual place names that are in Wales. So, like Bethlehem, Jerusalem. They're very similar sounding names, but when you say it in Welsh tongue, it sounds very similar to the ones over in the Far East.
Mm-hmm.
A good person to speak to about that is Mark Ollie.
Mark, good friend of mine.
Yeah. He does all. He's an archaeologist, and he does all the timeline stuff and what have you.
Very knowledgeable man. He actually blows me away with what he knows.
I know. He's amazing. And he dresses like a wizard, which is even better.
Anglesea's meant to be one of those ancient seats of power, isn't it? It's meant to be,
Yep.
So
But these-
supposedly people were much more well traveled than we thought they were, because if you look up like these ancient maps, they had no way of knowing that all of these land masses were even there, because they didn't have the technology supposedly
but
search them.
also with that, there wasn't as much. The land was connected. There's more land. A lot of it's gone underwater, and the platelets have shifted, so a lot of the land is split up.
Well, you look. Sorry, Andy, go on.
No, I was just going to say, because Graham Phillips, another guy who's been on, he's friends with Andrew Collins and Hugh Newman. He talks about Doggerland. I think it's about the 1500s, which connects the east of England to like Denmark and the Netherlands and all that area, all the way across to, I think, is it Norway? Yeah, that's the one.
You got it.
Yeah.
I'm coming to read your library. You've got everything I want.
Yeah. So all that area of the east of England, coming down to like North France and Denmark and Belgium, and that was all connected. So a lot of places was connected. So if people travel more, because either walking, or horses or whatever, or they're moving to find food, or if for whatever reason they're going to be moving around, so they're not having to cross big oceans and seas and that. There's just maybe a couple of streams or rivers or whatever, and that's about it. There's not going to be masses of open water space, is there?
No. Nicole, you'll like this one. Well, you got the Nebra Sky discs. They're meant to be charts to get over the Atlantic, over to America or North America. Cocaine mummies. So, okay, how did cocaine get into Egyptian mummies? You've got the fact that they now actually establishedly say that the Vikings went over to North America and Canada. But you've also got the metallurgy as well within the copper and everything in the Bronze Age that doesn't come from Europe. And we did not have the resources of bronze in Europe to actually fuel the Bronze Age. And a lot of that comes from, they've tested it from America. So, yeah, I totally, I mean, I did actually apply to do an archaeological course in Exeter. I got turned down because I wanted to write my thesis on the fact that the ancients actually traversed the globe.
But there's so much evidence.
So much evidence. I mean,
and people don't want to hear it because they don't want to admit that they were wrong.
Yeah.
But history's always written, everyone keeps telling me, by the winners. It's never written by the losers. But
and
also
to change it.
It's the Romans weren't as widespread as we're led to believe. I spoke to a few different people about this. The Anglo-Saxons, like the Vikings and that, if you listen to how people in that part of the country talk, I was watching a TV show on it, The Vikings on Netflix. I know it's like set back in the day, but they're actual people from that area. I could hear Geordie, Welsh, Irish and Scottish twangs in their voice when they were speaking.
Well, the guy who plays, what was it? I can't think of his name. He's Australian, I know that much.
But these people that were in that, they were all from like that part of like Northern Europe, like Scandinavia, and they've got that twang, that little bit. You can hear that little bit of Welsh, or that Gaelic tone. So that'd make sense that that's where they come over and settled in the UK.
Well, you look at the DNA from Tutankhamun's family, it's not Egyptian, it's 99% European. And they were known as the red-headed mummy. The red hair wasn't the mummifying process, they were actually red-headed.
Yep. And then you've got the red-headed giant of Kandahar, is it? Back in the 90s. So
you have giant reports now. I mean, you've got the military reports and that about the giants in Afghanistan and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's the one. That was the Kandahar one, like with the 6 toes and 6 fingers and just loads of human remains in the cave and what
Yeah.
have you. But there's supposed to be more than one. There's supposed to be a few of them.
They're quite territorial, and the locals know to stay away.
Yes. But when we was down in Bridgewater, I was chatting. I'm not going to name the person's name, and he's from like the Far East or Middle East, and he was saying the villages where he's from and where he grew up, they would see these giants walking across the street, and they'd just leave him to. So they knew to leave each other alone, but they'd just be you just see him like walking out, and I don't know how true it is, but why would you make something up like that? He was saying like the elders of the villages, they knew like they had this unwritten rule that you just don't interact with each other, basically.
And if there is any perceived slight, you leave offerings, basically, choose to appease.
Yeah, just chuck him a goat or something. I don't know.
Bit of Quality Street.
Yeah, but who knows?
I know Nicole looks very comfy in a sweater. I want to know where you got that from. It is amazing.
Amazon, and it goes like all the way down. It is like a blanket hoodie thing. It is so
seriously.
Cozy. It's like a hug.
Send me the link. I'm going to treat myself for Christmas.
Right. We got one more question before we wrap this up. Is that okay? Because we are on the 90-minute mark.
I know it goes so quick.
So this is from this is from Elaine, David's friend, and Elaine wants to know what your thoughts are on the Age of Disclosure film. If you've watched it,
I haven't watched it, but I don't think it'll go anywhere. The same as it's not been going anywhere for the last 30-odd years. Disclosure. I've been hearing about Disclosure for the last God knows how long.
No,
40 years.
It will never ever happen. It will never come direct from a government official.
Not anything meaningful, anyway.
No. Well, when I did this talk on Saturday, I spoke about UFOs, and someone asked me about disclosure, and I'm like, right. I was up on this a proper soapbox on it, and I'm like, and as for whistleblowers, then boom, give my opinion on that as well. But it is. It's like the disclosure is coming from us, us just networking and communicating and talking.
Yeah, personal experience. Yeah.
I think.
I don't need disclosure. I know they exist.
When you've experienced it and done and, like you said, witnessed everything that's going on, and you're meeting everyone else, and then not everyone can be lying, then there's truth behind it.
I mean, you've got to think to yourself, all right, suppose they do a disclosure. What do you expect from that disclosure? What do you think is going to happen from it?
They're going to go, well, we've seen a UFO. We don't know where it's come from. And we looked at it, and then it fell apart. And we think we went to the moon. I don't know. And they're just going to ramble on and just talk about anything other than what they're supposed to be talking about.
The only thing that they will confirm is the things that they can't deny.
Yeah.
Like, okay, all right, we're seeing crafts. There's been some instances, but we're not going to tell you what they are, or where they come from, or why they're here. Just yes, there's video because it's already out there.
I think the only reason they timed it the way they did was to stop us talking about other things that were going on that were slightly more important and causing a lot of health issues, Mr. Bill Gates. Yeah.
I thought you meant Jeffrey, but anyway.
Oh, well, there's that too.
And their minds have been blinded by sugar for all the many years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fluoride and calcification of the good old pineal gland.
Exactly,
Just quickly. That was your question, Grandizer. I did it. Didn't I? I didn't see it. Oh, no, question.
No, you didn't do it.
Did any of you ever listen to the popular overseas podcast, The Kevin Smith Show? Not to be confused with the director. If so, was there a topic on that show that stood out to you? I cannot answer because I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who he is.
Listen to that.
No.
Sorry. No, we were doing their own podcast, so
too busy. Right. So just quickly before we end, I just want to show you this. We did talk about it quickly on Monday, me and Abby. So I went on ChatGPT and asked it to create. So I asked for a free atlas. Yeah. I asked it to make a slice of pizza version. Yeah. Of Free Atlas. Didn't say anything. That was the only thing I've put in on ChatGPT. I've gone through my history and double checked. Right. Mm-hmm. So this is a picture that I got.
Oh.
Right.
It looks like the alien from Simpsons has been swallowed by a pizza.
So underneath, because I noticed Og put it in the chat. So here you go, a cosmic slice of pizza reimagined is Free Atlas, alien flavored on the edge of the galaxy. Brackets. If you'd like it darker, creepier, more realistic, or based on, and then I highlighted this bit, actual Free Atlas spacecraft, just say the word and I'll cook another slice. Now, I didn't mention about it being a spacecraft. I didn't even mention about it being a comet. ChatGPT told me it was a spacecraft.
Yeah, it knows because that's what everybody's saying about it on the internet.
But they're also saying it's a comet.
Okay, so I want you to do an experiment, Andy. I want you to just go onto ChatGPT, right?
Yep.
And not log in. Don't use your like premium or whatever. You have to log in, like use a different account or don't log in and ask it the same question.
Use Gemini.
I've got Grok. I'll use that. So what am I asking it?
I've done that with AI. I have used it to like give me information on a building from my paranormal account and like a regular account, and gotten two completely different things because it learns what you want. You want paranormal content. You want alien content.
And you are feeding it in so much stuff with your shows for Alienate UK. And AI, it is a people pleaser. I mean, it's so codependent. It's unbelievable.
So on Grok, it's telling me it's an interstellar comet that the third confirmed object from outside our solar system to pass through. And it's giving me all these names and coordinations and where it was seen in Hubei and what the 3I stands for. The prefix indicates the third interstellar, and Atlas is honouring its discoverer. So some guy called Atlas noticed it, and that was it.
So what you're feeding AI is what it's going to give back to you.
Anyway, it's a giant slice of pizza with one alien, not 500 Draco reptilians. So we're all right.
That's because they're inside the crust. You can't see them.
It looks like the Simpsons alien.
I know. I did think that.
All right, David. So where can people find you?
Oh, there's the other one.
Me?
Yeah. Yes. Where can people find you? Where can people follow you? They want to get in touch with you.
I've got two Facebook accounts. There's one I can't actually get into to cancel it. So but I've got a David Young one where I've got about 400 and something friends on there. But there's still a few. They came through my Paranormal Dimensions page where I used to go do a Paranormal Dimensions radio show with the PA UK radio network. Which a lot of my videos are still out there, apparently, on Spotify, and I've got my own YouTube page as well, which is David Young, Paranormal Dimensions Presenter, I think it's called. Yeah. You can find me on there. Apart from that, Facebook,
Excellent. Well, thank you for coming on. Definitely need to get you back on again.
Yeah, I know that we'll be seeing this anyway on our next investigation.
Yes. I'm going to do a lot more. I'm going to do CE5. I'm going to do just a ton of CE5 the next time we meet up. See what we get.
Oh God, all of us doing CE5. It's going to be like Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
That's fine. That's what I want.
An international CE5. I want us all to go out and like be streaming and do CE5 in different parts and see like kind of like the Skywatch thing we were supposed to do.
Oh, you do know we're going to get black bagged and taken away if we try that.
But we'll be live, so there'll be witnesses.
This is true. I like it. I like your style.
That's our protection. We're not going to do it live on camera.
Yes.
Our signal's just going to cut out.
Right. So thank you, David.
That's
Been a pleasure as
Thank you for
always. Thank you, Nicole, for turning up on this one. Messing.
I do occasionally.
I thought you.
Sometimes my internet even works.
I thought when you did that, then I thought you was flicking the V's at me. I thought, how dare you? And she's gone and done it. Damn.
Good on you.
I'll let you off. Right. So thank you everyone in the chat. Thank you, subscribers, tier members. You can listen back on Apple, Spotify, Audible, all the others, whatever you listen to, or you can just watch it back on here on both streams. You got Portrait and Landscape. We are back on Friday. It's a Paranormal Pizza number 2, where we. Oh, Abby, can you come on Friday?
I shall let you know tomorrow.
Right,
I'm doing my show on Saturday, so I'll see if I can move some things around.
Yeah, because someone dropped out.
I'll probably be there anyway with a slice of pizza. If only we have pineapple.
Someone's dropped out because they're not. They've got the whole house is not very well, so he's just not feeling it. So he's going to come on one of the next ones anyway. But we'll sort all that anyway. And Grandeyes is asking me what's for dinner, and I actually had plant-based pizza with hot maple syrup instead of tomato.
Wow.
Ooh.
And plant-based cheese.
Tomato.
You know what? It was very nice. Very nice. I was quite impressed.
Everything you said, Andy, is just very British.
Yes, I am.
I know.
Right, so that's it.
I gotta go cook.
Yeah, so that's it. So thanks again. Thank you, everyone. We are going out 3 times a week now. We're doing the UFO files on a Monday for about 30 minutes, maybe 45, maybe 3 hours. Who knows? Wednesday next week is the last Wednesday guest, and me and Nicole are going to do the pre-records of Encyclopedia of the Unknown. And then Fridays are going to remain the same. It's going to be a bit more like this, a lot of interaction with the guests and people in the chat, and yeah, just everything, anything and everything. And the first Friday of the month is a Paranormal Pizza, which might be changing to Paranormal Takeaway, but I'm going to keep it as Paranormal Pizza because that way you can have
the alliteration.
Because you can have a kebab, or you can have a McDonald's or a KFC.
Paranormal kebabs.
No, so we're going to keep it Paranormal Pizza, but it's going to be Paranormal Takeaway.
Yeah, we can keep the name.
We're going to run out of people that like pizza. So
It doesn't need to be literal. It's fine.
No.
We can still have the pizza panel.
Exactly. So that is everything. So see you back here on Friday, 8:30, a bit longer than usual. We have 8 topics, and we have a wild card topic, which we're going to do. So exciting times, as if. And there'll be a lot of gonging going on. I definitely know that.
Sure.
Have you seen who's coming on? There's going to be a gong every 30 seconds.
I've not seen the guest list yet, so
I'll send it to you in a bit. And yeah, so that's it. So thanks again, David. Can't wait to meet up with you again in the new year, if not before.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be doing quite a bit in the future.
Yes, definitely. And we'll see everyone else on Friday. Other than that, I don't have anything to say. Anyone want to add anything before we go?
Nope.
On Monday we will be looking at a very lesser known but major case of the Cyprus event that was witnessed by 1,400 commandos on manoeuvres.
There we go. So even more things to look forward to.
We'll have to catch that one.
Right. Yeah. Right. So take care, everyone. Have a wonderful 2 days, and see you in 46 hours. Yeah.
Right, everyone.
Right. See you later. Take care and have fun.
Bye.